this is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. This is video 1 in my Bluebell Woods design team project videos, and this is for April of 2023. Now, I didn't realize it at the time when I selected this kit to use that it was a collaboration between Teddy Treasure Shop and CollageType. So you can purchase half of it at Teddy Treasure Shop on Etsy and half on at CollageType on Etsy. But since this is my design team project for CollageType, I'm only going to be using the CollageType half of the kit. Okay, so now we're going to go through her half of the kit, Nanine's, and take a look at it real quick. And when you see the little black dots on the sides of the papers, it's not a printing thing, and don't worry about it, it won't show up on yours. And it's just where I mark with a Sharpie marker where the corner is when they come out of the printer. See, that helps, a little visual aid right there. So that when I put them back in the printer to print on the backs of them, I'll have them in the right way. Okay, so now I have not gone through and sorted the ephemera from the pages, so we're just going to go through it the way it comes out of the printer. So here's some nice writing cards. They're very pretty. Here's some pockets with some instructions on how to fold the corners in to get the gusseted pockets. Here's 3 large tags, or when you print them out, you don't have to cut them apart. You can actually fold them into a trifold, and I love the little hedgehoggies throughout this kit. Here's 3 more. Nice little bunny rabbit. Some more pockets. These are angled corner pockets, and they're also gusseted pockets. Here's some smaller tag / writing cards. If you cut these out like this, then you can fold them in half, each set as a writing card set. Just print on the back with one of the backing papers that allows you to write on it. This one has writing space already, and so does this one, but still I would print on the backs of them unless you're leaving all of the backs white. This is the US sized images. I love this backing paper with all the bunnies on it. As you can see, it fills the whole page. I left the filled the page off so I didn't lose any of the edges, and I turned off the borderless. That way when we cut them out, then it'll be just a smidge smaller than 8.5 by 11, and we can create our book with little borders around the pages. Here's some backing papers. This one you can definitely write on. Or actually, this is a page. Sorry about that. Here's a page with a bunny. And a page with what kind of looks like a fox, but could be a European fox. And a page that has some writing space when you fold it in half. A page with lines when you fold it in half. This is very pretty, this background image, or not background, I keep saying background. Printed image. Here's some more writing space. You could cut this apart and have 2 writing pages. Or actually, when you fold it in half, if you're doing your book that way and you're stacking them inside of each other, you will end up with 2 writing pages. Writing page on this one. I love this image as well. I love all the pages, actually. They're gorgeous. This is a William Morris style page, or half of a page. I think that one earlier was as well. Look at these flowers. And I recommend printing them on your high quality your highest quality to get your best images on this kit. There's writing space, and look, a little hedgehog. And another writing paper. This would make a good backing paper as well. This one's beautiful, a collage. Here's some ephemera little sayings that you can put on your paper. And some little frames that you can write on or make collages with, or put these, whoops, I thought there was a page with words. Oh, it's a page with the little squares with writing already in them. And I probably would take this one and, not this one, this one and, well, this one, which is your fussy cuts. There's different sizes here of the same image. What I was going to say is print some of them half size, you know, 2 to a page. Probably this one as well. That's just me. I love stamps and tag and tickets, I mean. Some more fussy cuts. And some more. Look at the little hedgehog again and the bunnies. Very cute little bunnies. In fact, there's 2 hedgehogs, one facing each way. And that's the same with this one. You got bunnies facing both ways. More hedgehogs facing both ways. I guess that one is a fox. Uh-oh, I'm turning the pages around. That one doesn't have a black mark on it. Here's some bluebells. Very pretty. And some more. These are the smaller version of these. And some fussy cut birds and butterflies. Okay, so this is Nanine's half of the kit. It's very large. If you were to get the other set over at Teddy Treasure Shop, you would have a huge set. Like I said, I'm just going to use Nanine's half because this is my CollageType design team project. So in just a second, we'll go ahead and get started once I've printed on the back and got everything cut out. By the way, you could leave these 4 together too and fold them in half and have writing cards. Okay? Alright, I'll see you back in just 1 sec. Alright, so we've looked through the kit and taken a look at the papers. I have cut mine down. I've cut them in half, and then I've sorted them by image pages, writing pages, backing pages, and then also there's a couple of backing pages that are full size that I just left. This is collage, and this is bunny rabbits. Okay, so that's how I did that. Now, like I mentioned, this is a collaboration kit with Tanya Bomar of Teddy Treasure Shop. If you want to get more of the backing papers, then you're going to want to go ahead and get her half of the kit as well. And like I said, it's a collaboration, so the kits work better together. At some point, if it looks like we're going to need more backing papers, which I don't think we will because we're not doing too big of a project, then I will purchase the other half of her kit, and then this half will be the part that we mainly use. But I think we'll be fine. I think we have enough backing papers to use as background pages and writing cards. These can be used as writing cards, actually. That's pretty. And I'm not using Bluebell Woods as the cover, which you might think that I would. I've picked out the covers. This is going to be our front cover. And this is going to be the back cover. I just really like them. They're all the different parts of the flower. Okay. So what we're going to do to make the book is simple. We're going to take 2 pieces of 65-pound cardstock. You can use whatever kind of cardstock or paper that you want, and fold them in half and ink them. I'm using Vintage Photo just for convenience. You could use Brush Corduroy, which is 1 shade lighter and a little more gold, and you could use Gathered Twigs, which is 1 shade darker. So that's just up to you. I also have a piece of coffee dyed paper that I've inked and folded in half. And make sure when you ink them, since they're going to be like this, oh my goodness, I didn't miss this one altogether on the inside. Then you want to make sure and kind of do this corner like you do the outside corners. Did I miss the back side of this altogether? Because they're going to be separate pages. Either I missed it or I just didn't do a very good job. One of the two. I'll check the inside on the other one. I missed the insides. I was doing this fairly quickly. I wanted to get the video recorded before my neighbor's dog started barking again. He was howling at the dog so that the dog would howl. You know, they were playing. But it's like a 100-pound dog, so it's loud. I did the same thing on all of them. I inked one side of the fold and I didn't ink the other side. Isn't that interesting? So anyway, we're also going to do something different. We're going to start with it, and it's not a page. We're going to put an envelope in the center. I've never done this before. I'm sure some of you have done it before. I'm going to put paper, coffee dyed paper, and then I've got this giant envelope, and we're going to put it in the center, and we're going to put it in upside down. I was going to, first of all, you're going to need to put it at the top or the bottom. If you put it in the center, it's just the right size that it would only have 1 stitch, and it would be able to move around. So you're going to need to line it up with either close to the bottom or at the bottom, and that way it'll catch 2 stitches. Okay? So just think about that when you're doing it. Also, I was going to leave the flap open and make pockets out of it, but then I realized that I had these nifty little note cards, right? But if I cut them in half, they were the perfect size for pockets. So I think that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to glue this shut. Alright, but first we're going to do some other things. I'm going to do it in the order that I wrote it down because it kind of makes sense that way. We're going to fold it in half and ink it. You'll notice I haven't inked the ends. This is not a thick envelope. It's a large invitation envelope. But we do want to get it as thin as possible. And while I'm doing that, I have a bone folder made just for that. Just especially for that. And I really like this bone folder. It's Teflon, and I got it on Amazon. And the brand name is Craft Treat, or Craft Treat. C-R-A-F-T-R-E-A-T. So there's only 1 T, so it's Craft Treat. just to make it easier to pronounce, I'm sure. Oh, that was funny. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open it back up. And since we're sewing this, this is an optional thing, but I'm going to stick some glue down here where the center is to kind of help with keeping the pockets separate. Wait for that bubble. And this is a big enough envelope I can get almost all the way to the bottom, and I'm just going to put a bead of glue along the line. And we won't need to do it here. We're just going to glue it shut. And I'm hoping with it not being very thick that we're not going to have to trim it a little bit to get, now I really shouldn't have glued the end. We're just going to cut it off anyway. Okay, and we're going to glue that shut. I'm going to need to ink this, just like we did the other pages on the fold. I haven't written anything else down for this, but it looks like it's going to be easier than I thought. In fact, I know it is. Let's see. Let's cut the ends and then we'll ink. Now with that particular envelope, it had a good sized piece on the inside I was going to show you, and then I forgot. Here's another one. You see, this is pretty good size, so we can trim the end off. Well, once we glue it, it'll hold it down anyway. So I should have glued this. We'll see. We'll see what happens once I cut it open. I can do something with it if I need to, or I can just get another envelope. But you don't need to trim very much off just to open it. Yeah, that worked fine. I only trimmed off that much. This much. So it's nothing. It's not even a 16th. So then let's ink both ends. Then we're gonna paper them. I guess it doesn't matter whether we turn it upside down or not if we're not going to make the flap into a pocket. Does it? We're basically just folding an envelope in half and making it into 2 small pages. Well, that's kind of silly of me, isn't it? If we make 2 pockets out of this, well, it really doesn't matter. But we could have cut a piece of paper down to this size, to tell you the truth. Oh no, actually we wouldn't have got the pockets on the ends. So now I'm going to cut this in half, or am I? The reason I'm thinking that is I'm thinking I don't want the thickness in the center. I'm thinking I want to cut them a little bit extra, so that I'm only sewing through this. So I'm going to cut it apart. And then I think I'm going to cut just a hair. Off the end. I'm cutting it off the end that has the most brown on it. Just a little bit more. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one I needed to cut off, and thought I was cutting on this one. I just don't want to cut it too far over, that's all. Okay, and then we'll ink these. So for the last few craft-alongs, I've been mentioning the dogs upstairs. So I apologize, but they're just driving me crazy. I thought my neighbor had gotten some dogs, and I had a jar of peanuts. Please don't laugh at this, but it's true. I had a jar of peanuts I couldn't get open, and I really, really, really wanted some peanuts, right? And it was that hard plastic, and I couldn't get it open. And it had a big jar, lid this big. It was one of those bigger containers. They're cheaper that way. And so I went upstairs to see, there's a guy that lives up there, a single guy, and I never heard a peep out of him, never. And so I was surprised when I heard the guy growling and howling at the dog to play with it. We're going to glue these on his pockets, because that doesn't seem like something he would normally do. And so I went up there and knocked on the door, and it was a completely different person. It was a lady, and she was, of course, holding a leash. But so I asked her if she could open it, and she couldn't. Her hands weren't any bigger than mine. And so it was somebody completely different than who I expected to answer the door. So see, there's that little gap right there, so that when we sew it, it gives it room to be in the spine, to get all those hand motions. So then I came downstairs and I was like, I really, really, really want some peanuts. They're dry roasted with sea salt. They're so good. So I took my straight edge, my razor, and I cut a big hole in the top corner, and I poured it out into a jar, into a bowl, with a plastic lid. So it took a little bit, and I did not cut myself. You guys will be proud. Okay. Why am I taking this off? Guess. Take a wild guess. I'm going to paper this first. See, I should have been looking at my list. Now these are crooked, so I have to be careful cutting them. I made a mistake cutting them, so I need to make sure. They figured since I'm cutting them down, then it wouldn't make any difference because I can cut a little off both sides. The top of this is what's crooked. Okay. I don't know why it still looks crooked to me. It is by about a 16th. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's try to get, you know, I don't think I want to use this on here. I think I'd rather use it as something on a wider page because, well, it doesn't matter. It's being covered with the pocket anyway. So let's cut it here. And then do we want to go all the way down with it? That's my question. We don't need to. Because the pocket's going to come up to here. Just drop that right on the bunny. Okay, and then we'll, should we cut them both? Because they're going to be, no, they're going to be the center of the book. What am I doing here? Envelope fronts. This one is the front. Yeah, I don't wanna do this. Oops. What I want to do you know what I could do? If I do this over here, put this pocket there, this pocket here. I don't know if I mentioned it before or not, but the button on the ink dauber so it doesn't roll is my friend Joy over at JJ with Joy over at her group. Yeah, this is really crooked. Okay, so we need it to be this wide. I have a feeling this is going to come out crooked anyway. It's okay, the pocket's going to be over that. Now we've got a scrap with the music on it. And a scrap with the writing on it. I can't believe this is taking me this long. I guess I thought I had decisions made and then I just forgot what I was doing. I wish I had left the envelope open now. Anyway, Joy's Facebook group is fun. They do a lot of lives over there. So it's a good complementary group to my group. We do a lot of videos in my group. Joy has also started doing auctions on Whatnot. I got some good deal on some wooden stamps. Start using my stamps. Got a whole bunch. What's up with this glue? Come on. Excuse me. Should have hit pause, but I didn't. So that's 15 seconds of your life you'll never get back. Speaking of lives, they're having a live right now, Tuesday night, 6 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Central. They always go on Central Time. That's Joy Time. Elizabeth is doing Technique Tuesday. And she does a live, and she shows a different technique of doing something every week. Origami folding and different stuff. I watch her every week. she's my friend, so I watch her, but it's also interesting. This one's a smidge small, but we're sewing it in, so it'll be fine. You know what I mean? It's going to be down in the... Now let's try gluing the pockets on. Which side had the glue? Okay. So put the pink one on this side. And put the purple one on this side. The tags and stuff are in the other kit as well. The other half of this kit. So if you're wondering why I don't have a lot of pre-cut tags and stuff, that's why. Like I said, I didn't realize this was a collab thing when I asked to use this kit. I really like it. I may buy the other half instead of it being a design team project, if you know what I mean, and do a bigger project with the papers. And I'm sorry if the camera looks different from what it did when we were doing the front. Oh, this is... Yeah, this will work. Right, now I need the bunny to be in the center this way. Or thereabouts. Okay, now I want to put a pocket on this side, so I don't necessarily want him to be at the bottom. I do think I want him a little bit further down. This one I'm going to go ahead and put the paper all the way down simply because it's going to be easier to measure. I don't know why I marked both sides. And that's why I'm leaving the bunny up higher on the page. These all look like they're coming out crooked. Okay. Oh, he's so cute. Very cute bunny. I don't know where I got that from. Alright, let's ink him up. I like the animal pictures in this kit, and there's some fussy cuts too. the bluebells, you're definitely going to have to cut out with the white around them. My Scan and Cut actually cut them out, but you couldn't tell what they were once it cut them out. Cut them out in such detail. So if you're using white paper, that will be fine. Or you might want to print it out on cream colored paper. I don't think it would make that much difference in the color of the blue. And this other one with the fox is going to be a writing page. And so all we're going to do is paper it. And we will be done. I really don't know why this took so long. I guess because I was trying to decide what to do. It's a good thing I'm going to put a pocket on here. I cut that crooked. I was cutting them crooked, I think, when I was trimming the white off. For some reason, I was having trouble with, there's a shadow that I have to cut by. I was just wondering if I want to tie this in with the back. We're just going to do one signature, I believe, and then we'll see how it goes as far as thickness. I'm kind of planning on putting one small signature into one tiny book cover. And leaving it kind of squishy, you know, only using one thickness of cardboard on purpose. Maybe two on the spine. Okay, that looks cute. And then we're just going to put him. Should we put him in the corner? We'll put him off center. Now on this one, I'm going to cut the height off first, because that will give me this whole piece. If I were to cut these little slices off the edges, then I would have a much smaller piece, and I'd have two long skinny pieces that I wouldn't be able to use instead of two medium skinny pieces that I won't be able to use really probably for anything. So see, now I've got this and I can use it for a pocket or something somewhere else. Oh, how sweet. How sweet is he? So the next time I do one of these, I'm definitely gonna leave the envelope flap open and do it that way. I just happen to have that that little notepad, you know. So we're still going to need to make cards for the ends and something for three pockets. And then I'd like to maybe, wonder if I should glue this on there yet. I would kind of like to glue a little corner stamp on the four corners of this. Get some of my stamps out. I think I've got a wooden one. I don't necessarily, I like the silicone stamps. You get, you know, a bunch in one package and all that. You just put them on the stamping block. But I like the solidness of a wooden stamp. Just the heft of it. All right, so that's all we did. Duh. Let's fold it, or use the bone folder on it. Get it to lay a little bit flatter. Since it's in the center, I can't really put any charms. Like, you know, on the side pocket cards, but I will put tabs. So what can we use as cards? I don't think I'm gonna be able to make two out of this. Oh, I got the bird. Got two birds. Okay. And then, yes, this is going to be too small. It's nice though. See, it's got that bird right there and the other bird right there. So we're definitely going to save that scrap. And then I'll just get another one of the papers and make a card and put a tab on it. And then I'll figure out what we're going to do for the other pages. And I won't take as long to do the page. I'll try to get 2 pages per video. And I do ink both sides of these because I feel like you can see them sometimes. And this has got a orientation, so you want to make sure to do it that way. This looks like it's going to cover the bird. I may put the tab closer to the top. It's bigger. No, I think it'll be alright. If I put it up here in the center, though, okay. I'm going to put it in the center. This would have looked cute with a bird charm on it, that's for sure. Okay, oh, it's round the corners. Forgot to ink it. I knew something looked funny about it. And then I'll put a stencil or a stamp or something on the back of the card. If I were finishing it out, you know what I mean? I would put something back here, a piece of ephemera. We've got some of those little animals that we could glue an animal on. A little hedgehog is adorable. I'm not going to hide him on a card, though. Okay. And then we've got one more card to do. I would love to do this again. I may print this page out again. There we go. And then this will go in the center of our book. Like so. And we'll have it decorated so that it doesn't look so plain. Okay? Alright, well, I apologize that we only got that one thing done. That seems kind of silly. And the flip through, though. But I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.